Well, Noah, my name is Matt Reed. I'm the Tribal Historic Preservation Officer for the Pawnee Nation, and I'm speaking to you from Pawnee, Oklahoma, in Pawnee County. So this is where we came to after we left Nebraska in 1874. I'm actually sitting about 2 miles from our original agency buildings, which are now our tribal headquarters. We were here for maybe 20 years, and then we went through a process called allotment, where each head of household and family member received a certain amount of acres, and then the land that was left over from that was given away to settlers. Excuse me. And so we've been here in this spot since 1874, and most people really consider this, our home as well as in Nebraska. So we have a hard, deep connection to Nebraska. All of our sacred sites are still there. Myself, I'm probably in Nebraska maybe once a month, well, until the pandemic started. So quite often we have visitors, to Nebraska. A lot of people from the tribe go up there. So I'm here today to talk to you about the Villasur Battle of 1720. And we're really excited that Nebraska is doing this exhibit on the anniversary of our victory, our combined victory with the Otoes against the Spanish. I've known about this battle since I was in college in the 1990s. And so I'm just really excited. I had the opportunity when I took this job 3 years ago to schedule a trip out to Santa Fe to see the original paintings on hide, and took photographs of it. And I've talked to our tribal members, in kind of presentations, classes about the battle and what it meant and everything. So it's a real significant piece of history, of our history, that I think in a larger context is significant, not only for Nebraska, but for the United States. There were several times in our history where the Spanish kind of ventured up into that area, into the middle of Pawnee country. And every time we either fought them or highly discouraged them to stay. So I think without that, who knows what American history would have been like, because we kept that other European power out of that area. So, the battle took place there at the confluence of the Loup and the Platte, just south of Columbus. And we really don't know where the actual battle was. It's kind of been lost to time. But that area is the heart of Pawnee country. When that battle occurred, just to the west, about 7 miles, there was a Skeety village, which is one of our bands. And then just to the east of there were at least one, if not three, Pawnee villages, one of which was from my band, the Chawee. And then we have sacred sites to the east and to the west. Our other two bands had villages just to the south, the Pitahawidata and the Kitkahaki. And the Spanish, they had entered Pawnee country probably from the time they left El Cortalejo, I believe is how you say it, out in western Kansas, but definitely when they left the Big Bend of the Arkansas in Kansas and ventured into Nebraska, they were in Pawnee country. So it was really bold of them to come up and do that. That's kind of why we were angry, hostile towards them invading our area. But the painting is really interesting. When you look at it, you're going to see a lot of things in there that are significant to our culture and history. A lot of the men are nude, which was a Pawnee tradition that went right on up into the 1860s and 70s with our Pawnee scouts. Whenever they had time to prepare for battle, one of the things they would do was strip off as much clothing as possible. That was just the way that our traditional fighting. You're also going to notice a lot of lances and things like that. It looks like they have things tied to them. Those are war bundles. bundles are something that's really significant to our culture and our religion. And so whoever the Spanish person was that interpreted this battle for the artist, the original artist, they're depicting things that they actually saw. You might notice some of the men, well, all of the men are painted, have their bodies painted. There's one in particular who's painted blue and has white stars on his body. And, all of these things are very significant to our culture. And we were excited to see it the first time. So now I'm very happy that the state of Nebraska and the public up there, they'll be able to see this copy of this painting and to understand that Nebraska's history is a lot older than just the 1850s, 1840s. That's all I have to say. So thank you. Noah.